Krishna. So today we are going to see the nakshatra PURVAASHAADA, which is known as the invincible star. PURVAASHAADA is categorized by apa or water. We know that water is the life force of humanity, and we know that water is the only thing that sustains life in this entire universe. So this star is known as the star of water, as you can see here. Water, immediately when ripples fall, water turns into its form of invigorating or changing. It's called Varcho Grahana Shakti. That is called PURVAASHAADA's main energy. It is called Varcho Grahana Shakti. So today we are going to see what happens with PURVAASHAADA nakshatra. So here, as you can see, there is some water. The moment I keep my hand here and remove my hand, there are a lot of ripples falling. So you can see here, since drops are falling from the top. This is called Varcho Grahana Shakti. This is called the invigorating power. And this is called the water's power of expanding. Now what will happen if I just pour a little water on the floor here? Imagine, the water is spreading and spreading. Since the water is spreading, I should know that this water is spreading and I have to clean this place. So that is called Varcho Grahana Shakti. The water keeps expanding the moment it is being put. Jai Shri Krishna. Since we finished Mula nakshatra, today we are going to see the nakshatra PURVAASHAADA. PURVAASHAADA is a nakshatra of the invincible star. It is the star which is invincible. There is no compulsion to it and it keeps expanding. It is the invincible one. PURVAASHAADA is also known as the invincible star, since Ashada means the victory. PURVAASHAADA means a person who gets victory at the beginning. PURVAASHAADA is the nakshatra of Abhigya or water. Water is the main deity of this nakshatra. This nakshatra exists in Sagittarius, 13 degrees 20 minutes to 26 degrees 40 minutes. Till then, PURVAASHAADA nakshatra is there. This resembles Abhigya or the water element. Water element is nothing but the thing that we use in our daily life as water. You can see here that water is being used in our daily life. The moment I drop water in my hand, the thing that happens is water keeps changing its form. It has no shape. PURVAASHAADA is like that. PURVAASHAADA is the nakshatra of water. Water is an important thing in life, and nothing in this world can exist without water. I can tell you that nothing in this world can exist without water. Water is the beginning, water is the end. Water is the beginning because nothing can live without water. Water is the end because of the pralaya at the time of destruction. Water will be the entity to destroy everything. So we can say that PURVAASHAADA nakshatra is the nakshatra of victory. It's the nakshatra of most greatest powers in humanity. It is the nakshatra of life. It is the nakshatra of water. It is the nakshatra of the great god Varuna who presides over the west direction. So we know that Varuna is the lord of the waters and is the Adidevata for Shani. Shani's mantra is Niranjana Samabhasam Raviputram Yamagrajam Chaya Martanda Sambhutam Tam Namami Shanishcharam. This nakshatra represents the east direction and therefore is also very powerful and spiritual and a nakshatra of light. It is a nakshatra of water. Water reflects light. Light reflects your life. And life reflects again water. This entire circle of life that we are going through. Nakshatras influence us. Nakshatras are the stars. They decide our future. And any planet posited in the nakshatras gives you the exact effect. Only taking into account the stars and the houses and the planets will not give you the entire effect. Nakshatras, planets, stars and the houses, everything together along with the supplementary charts and different kinds of other omen predictions, prashna, muhurta, everything together, panchanga will give you the right effect, nothing else. One who is parangata in all of these things can give the right predictions, nobody else. PURVAASHAADA nakshatra, since it is a nakshatra of water, we have seen that water has the power of Varcho Grahana, or once water is poured somewhere, it just goes splattering all over the place. It doesn't stay at one spot. Water has no one shape. Might be other things have, like if you have a jaggery, Jaggery has one shape. You can cut it into one shape exactly. Water, you can't do that. How much ever I take the scissors or anything and cut water, it won't get cut. It will not be the same shape. Instead, my scissors will get washed. So we can see that PURVAASHAADA has that power of Varchograhana Shakti. But because of this, sometimes they become disorganized. PURVAASHAADA, we know, is the former victory. So these people are arrogant. Since they have got a former victory in some time of their life, or might be even in the past birth, they are very arrogant and not down to earth. They are in the skies. They say, I'm strong, I can do it. I'm strong, I can do it. So that's mental aggression is a very important thing that PURVAASHAADA people must quit in their lives. Mental aggression and disorganization, etc. must be stopped. Varchograhana Shakti means very youthful and like expansive natures. They are like invigorating. They bring vigor out in people. They are strong. They control the masses. They are having lots of power to bring out appeal to the masses. For example, there is some social project that is going wrong. PURVAASHAADA people can stand up and say, no, this is not the way, this is the way. So just like Pura Falguni people, they also cannot withstand problems happening in this world. Pura Falguni is also ruled by Venus, as we know. PURVAASHAADA is also ruled by Venus. Venus is a planet which is called Shukracharya. Shukracharya is nobody but the writer of Niti Shastra. Niti Shastra is nothing but the Shastra of law and right conduct. Right conduct is what Purva Falguni and PURVAASHAADA people want. PURVAASHAADA is the fighting star. It's the invincible star. One cannot even stand a step against it. It is the power of the most powerful. It is the power when it comes to law. It is the power of PURVAASHAADA that holds all the water in this world. It is the power of this nakshatra, PURVAASHAADA, the invincible star which is present in Sagittarius to hold back dharma. It is this star which is the most philosophical star. It is this star which brings out creation and destruction in the form of water. It is this star, PURVAASHAADA, which brings out appeal to all the humans through its universal power of water in people. That's why PURVAASHAADA people are generally very strong, proud people, and they can make an appeal to the masses and make the masses believe that such a thing is necessary. A project is necessary, B project is necessary. Only if PURVAASHAADA people say this, the crowd accepts this. Adolf Hitler was born in PURVAASHAADA nakshatra, as we all know. Adolf Hitler, he brought out faith in the masses of Germany, and that faith made him the main controlling power of Germany. And Germany was taken into World War II because of him. So such projects were brought out with faith from the people because of Hitler. And Hitler had this powerful power due to Varchograhana Shakti. This Varchograhana Shakti gave him the power to blast open anybody who was against him, even a step. So we know that Varchograhana Shakti comes only from water. It is the Shakti of water. Water is the most invincible thing that humans can ever use to do anything. Water is life. Life is water. So we know that our body is also composed of 77% of water. If this much water is there in our body, don't you think that water is itself the king of the entire world? Without water, I don't think anybody can survive. Sunlight and water are the main things in a person's life. Even if you don't have food, sunlight, water, that's enough. To grow food, we need sunlight and water. To live, we need sunlight and water. That's enough for life. Sunlight gives spirituality, water gives materialism. That's enough for life. Spirituality and materialism are enough. Sunlight gives philosophical thoughts. Water gives how to live in the material world. So therefore we can understand the entire world through sunlight and water. Why is anything else needed? Everything comes out of sunlight and water. Everything comes out of the God Sun and God Water. God Sun presides over the east direction. God Water presides over the west direction. East and west is the main things in this world. East is the place where the sun rises, and west is the place where the sun sets. North, south, and north. The most important things of our life are based in east and west. East is Adaya, west is Vyaya. In this way, our ancients have kept east and west as the most important things in life. That is sunlight and water. We can see the relations of this in PURVAASHADA nakshatra. Though PURVAASHADA nakshatra is presided over by Varuna, who is the Ashtadikpadaka of the west, in the same way, it shows east as its direction. East is by the sun. So sunlight and water coordination come into this nakshatra. PURVAASHADA is the nakshatra of appeal to the masses. It is the nakshatra of power. It's the nakshatra of fame. It's the nakshatra of life. It's the nakshatra of water. What more in this world could anybody desire than the effects of PURVAASHADA nakshatra? Slowly, the nakshatras are getting developed from Mula. Mula is the most primitive resource. PURVAASHADA begins life, water. UTTARASHADA brings out the more materialism in life. Shravana makes this all practical. Dhanishta makes Shravana's practical effects. Purva Bhadrapada begins the ending of the stars. Uttara Bhadrapada says the deathbed, the last. Revati ends the stars as moksha, spiritual liberation. We can see the stars can teach us so many things. Can anything teach us more than the stars? Stars are life. Life is stars. All things are involved in the stars. We can perceive, we can imagine everything through stars. We can bring out everything through stars, and PURVAASHADA shows this particular energy in stars. In astrology, astrology shows you the path to life. Nothing else. All the things are present in astrology. All things are present in astrology. And the Lord in Bhagavad Gita, the greatest spiritual science of this world, has also said Jyotishya as a thing in the Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, we can see that PURVAASHADA nakshatra is connected with almost everything in life. Water, sunlight, every single thing, spirituality, Bhagavad Gita, everything is there in this star. It depends on you to hold the power of this Vacho Grahana Shakti. So now let's get into more parts of this particular star. These people have an independent nature and everybody follows them. Hitler, of course, taking him as an example with a very strong PURVAASHADA nakshatra. He had a very big, a strong mind, and he did not bend down to anybody. He was in his own independent realm, and everybody had to bend down to him to agree and accept to his policies. And along with that too, many people had to also coordinate with him and come together with him towards his policies. He made an appeal to the masses, and his appeal worked. He did almost all horrible things, all great things in the world's history with the help of all people around him, even though he was the master. So that was the thing that he put as an appeal close to the people, but his life was different. Though it was different, PURVAASHADA has made a very big difference in people's lives. Mental aggression is a problem with these people. Mental aggression, disorganization, not bending down to anything in life. So purification and cleansing of the pride and ego in one's heart and body should be practiced and exercised by people of this nakshatra. One should surrender to God's will. God in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita should be the guideline for astrology. A person studying the Bhagavad Gita can only study astrology because the karmic theory is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Once one knows the karmic theory, one can easily come to the everything around this world. One can know that the Lord has decided my fate through the stars since I have done some previous past karma in my previous birth or action, and I am getting the reaction of it through a simple reason of the stars, simple way to deduct of the stars. So that's about PURVAASHADA. PURVAASHADA at a glance. Range of PURVAASHADA nakshatra is 13 degrees 20 minutes to 26 degrees 40 minutes. The symbols of this nakshatra is a fan, a winnowing basket. That means to remove the dangerous things in the PURVAASHADA nakshatra. The ruling planet of this nakshatra is Venus, which shows a very nice fine life with philosophical thought. This nakshatra is Manushya and Moksha, which gives towards the effect of life. It's just like Uttara Falguni. Uttara Falguni is also Manushya Moksha category. Uttara Falguni and PURVAASHADA have the only difference that PURVAASHADA people are a little more towards desires and gratification of desires due to Shukra, and Uttara Falguni people are more towards profession, etc. Male monkey is the symbol of this nakshatra. The direction is east and the sounds are bu, dha, pa, dha in this nakshatra. The qualities of this nakshatra are sattva, rajas and tamas, so it's a mixed nakshatra. We can say sattva is because of its deep philosophical thought. Rajas is due to Venus as a karaka for this. Tamas again is due to the other symbols in the star showing extreme desire and gratification of desire. So, let's see a few qualities of people born in this nakshatra through padas. So, we have seen that padas are also very important in a nakshatra. Many nakshatras, the effects itself change due to the padas and the rashis they are present in. Since this particular nakshatra, all the 4 padas are present in Sagittarius, they are very dharmika people. Their main motivation is the moksha. So, they are in dharma and in moksha also. So, we can see that this particular nakshatra is deeply linked to life in general. So, PURVAASHAADA nakshatra, according to padas, the first pada held in esteem but does not have enough children due to various problems. Brave. Second pada, not broad-minded, lack of morals, sickly. Second pada has this. Let's see why second pada has this. Jupiter's nakshatras come from the from Aries. So the second one goes to Taurus. Taurus is a sign of Venus. Venus rules this nakshatra, and therefore there will be a problem. If Venus and Venus come together, lack of morals of course comes. Third pada goes to Mercury. Rich, sickness and clean. Sometimes most of the diseases are spread due to water, we say. A few germs in this water can easily spread a disease to me. So water can spread diseases to people in that sense. Since water spreads diseases to people, most of these things are connected with water diseases. Well-built, brave and truthful people are also there. That's the fourth one because Cancer comes there. So Moon and Venus relation is very excellent. That's why. So therefore we have seen many things about PURVAASHAADA nakshatra. So let's conclude with Brihad Jataka's opinion on this particular nakshatra. Now before that, let's see Moon in PURVAASHAADA. Attractive, charismatic leader. Obstinate, convincing power, dictatorial. Intelligent, good communicator, highly philosophical nature, writing skill, strong attachment to certain friends is there with PURVAASHAADA people. Because water has many friends. Again we can bring a good relation to this. Water has many friends. Sugar, salt, everything gets dissolved in water. Except oil, most things get dissolved in water. It's a universal solvent as we call it. Most things. There's something which does not get exactly properly dissolved with water. But most things, it just dissolves them. So it's called the universal solvent. And that's why there's strong attachment to a few friends. Once sugar is added in water, I am sure it will take you lots of difficulty to remove it by the most very great scientific way. I can't say it's impossible. With God's will, everything is possible. But water is very attached to a few things that can get solved in it, dissolved in it. So let's see Brihad Jataka's opinion on PURVAASHAADA nakshatra. So it comes in the Rikshashila Adhyaya of Brihad Jataka. And here we say Ishtananda Kaditro Mani Drihasau Hridascha Jaladaive, good and pleasant wife. They have a good and pleasant wife, proud and a steady friend. They are a good, proud and steady friend. If it's a woman, they are a good wife to their husbands, and they are good friends to the friends that they have. They're devoted to their friends. They're extremely devoted to them. They do anything that their friends say, actually. So this all can be linked to the 5 elements that we have in our life. So therefore we have seen, let's see the image of God Varuna before concluding, so that we contemplate on God Varuna. So he travels on a crocodile. He wears the Vaijayanti Mala. He is the Supreme Personality. He is the form of Vishnu. He also symbolized as Matsyavatara. He travels on a crocodile through the waters. He is the Lord Varuna. So, thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.